Hello and welcome back. This is Viking Quaid. I'm just trying to start up my introduction of EU4. Starting out as France. When you start, you will likely have the political map mode, which many players enjoy using. I'm old enough to have played some of the other games of EU. I actually think I played EU2, so I got pretty excited when they made this terrain map mode back then, and I've been playing on that ever since. So I like to get at least a small idea of what terrain I'll be facing. So starting out as France, I accidentally did something in the earlier video, the introduction to nation picking and UI. They had the diplomatic national focus, which I decided to remove. I can reset it again in 20 years. I don't really need that much diplomacy early on. We'll be using it at some point when I can't see my chat right now. There we are. When I need to get the exploration idea group, which will likely be the first one I will pick. So, starting out, usually you'll need to look at the trade. Some nations don't have all merchants set. Currently, I think I'm okay with this setup. Really, we can get a glimpse of the trade here. He is collecting 1 ducat in Genoa, and I'm getting Champagne is my main trading port. It's currently it's linked to my capital. I can change it later on by clicking this. It costs 200 diplomatic points. Then I will click trade here. Currently, it's not useful really. So yeah. Let's see. I don't think I'll change my merchants though. The next first thing I will do is use my states, mostly to get monarch points. They are very valuable early on to get a head start. I need to get this at least above 50%. 75% will mean I will be able to get 150 diplomatic point, but since the when the influence gets over 80, they will start to trigger a disaster over here. It will start to tick up and until it's reach 100, and then you are in trouble. But there are ways around to handle that. So I'll try to make it just above 75 and see if I can't handle if any disasters starts popping up. Sorry about that. So yeah, I will I need 25 right now, which I can't really get, it seems. Well, I can if I the thing is, most estates will have a minimum value of land province expected before they will start decaying loyalty. The loyalty will start drop, and once it goes below, I think it's 40, they will start well, instead of giving positive modifiers, they will become yeah, it's below 40, it says so. They will start to give negative stuff, or modifiers. But I should be able to. Oh, now it's because I'm looking at the wrong one. But yeah, I should be able to handle it just for now. Then I can also show off the disaster, of course. Well, not the actual disaster, but how it looks when it starts to tick up. Now I need 20 right now. I will use the send emissary to the Pope. We'll increase it by 10. There are two advices. Be careful which one you take, because one is 15 and the other is 10. Would really like the national unrest advice, but I'll just go with the missionary's strength, just to not have two disasters ticking up at both time. Here we are. And for the nobility, I will call the diet. And I only need 20, which I can gain by granting generalship. Which for some cases it's quite powerful, since you gain a general with 40 tradition. I start off with 12. I'm not sure this is a fixed value. I think it can be lower for other nations. Here I already have a few generals, but I can have 3, so I will dismiss my admiral. I just got him to increase the influence of the burghers. So I'll make a new general. Let's see. Well, he's actually crabby, but well, it's better to pay for him later on, since my generals will die eventually. Now I have a decent start of monarch points. I'll just start out with boosting my stability to +1. The reason for that is, should be able to look at it here. When I have +1 stability, a state can become prosperous, meaning it will give me more benefits, make it even stronger. I should, of course, start off with picking rivals as well. Well, no, actually, I think I would go for the mission as France. To drive England must be driven from France. Sounds easy enough. And then I should pick rivals. The reason no, you don't lose. I was just asked if you lose all prosperity when you lose stability. No, I'm pretty sure you don't. It's linked with devastation, and I don't think you gain devastation by losing stability. But I'm unsure. I haven't played very much on this patch. It's 9 months since I played regularly last time. This is just me getting into it, which means an introduction video would probably be the best thing for me to do. The reason why I wanted to decide to take the mission first is because sometimes when you pick rivals, some of the mission change. I know I played with a friend today actually, where he was Muscovy, trying to beat me as Poland. Totally not successful, since I was getting hurt, and left crying. He picked a rival before I picked mission, meaning he actually wasn't able to get the take all Novgorod mission, which granted the claims of all Novgorod. So there's that. Mostly they'll come back up when you reshuffle your missions or complete them. But sometimes I just want that specific mission early on. So rivals, I would take England for one. Why not? See, Denmark is my rival. Austria rivaled me. That's nice. One opening move. Of course, wait for the main event to trigger, since, well, either England will give up Maine, or you will have an easy war. England will basically attack you, meaning since it will happen so early, he will not be able to draw in any of his allies. But I can draw in my allies, since it's a defensive war. It's a stupid mechanic, but, well, paradox. Second opening move to limit Burgundy, trying to make the Burgundian inheritance trigger. I will not do that as much. I will, however, try to take some of the land that will go to the Emperor should the Burgundian inheritance trigger. I think I'll get these 3 provinces, perhaps also Rethel, but I'm pretty sure the others will go to the Emperor. So trying to limit that effect, since I will not be going for Emperorship. That is a strategy, trying to become Emperor as France. It's a bit complicated. There are plenty of videos doing that, so I would say go look at those if you want. This is just a simple France game. You could try to limit the personal union between Castile and Aragon. That since Castile is nearly guaranteed to get a personal union with Aragon, by attacking Aragon early on, since they hopefully won't have enough allies to do much damage, I can take a few of the provinces, perhaps even release Naples, or take a little bit of it. So Spain will not be as strong, which, since I will try to take their clay, will be a benefit to me. Will, however, just hold on a little bit before I'll put them on as my rival. But who else to rival? I have the Pope, but he will likely start to excommunicate me if I rival him. I will not do that. I will, however, want this province at some point. I can do that in some tricky ways. Well, not too tricky. It's more cheesy, really. Should I rival? Well, I want to rival someone I can beat. Denmark, Savoy? Yeah, possibly Savoy. Though I can't attack them early on. Well, screw that. I will ally Aragon, then he will be more likely to ally Austria, unless no, they have rival Hungary. There's a possibility they won't even have any allies. Burgundy should I rival those? Yeah, they will likely get into a war anyway. They have a tendency to attack something inside the Holy Roman Empire. I can show a map mode of. This is the Holy Roman Empire currently. The southern part, Italy, will very likely disappear from the Holy Roman Empire, making it way easier. The thing is, once you try to attack inside the whole Roman Empire, HRE, you will have to suffer the consequences of fighting the Emperor along with his allies. It's a tricky fight if you're not prepared for it. It's not impossible. I've seen Denmark AI do it a few times. I've also lost quite a few times, but still. But yeah, I should take Burgundy at least. Now I'll do something I will not advise new players to do. I will actually put down a few forts just to save money. Only where I don't really need to fight. so I'll use these two. I'll just mothball. I use the shortcut H. I will also see if I can ally Portugal. I can't. Then I should try to find some allies. I'll use the macro for that. I can see of alliances I have 68. Scotland, it could be beneficial to do that. There's just one issue. England will walk all over them. So I should perhaps wait just a little bit by doing it, since it's very likely that England will attack me anyway. I've guaranteed them it costs at diplomatic relations. So it's not. I would have liked to use it in another way. Let's see. I could take Castile. Is he rival to Aragon? He is. Meaning he'll likely try to drag me into a war with Aragon. That's good and bad, I would say. Really depends on the circumstances. I'll just wait to see which allies he will pick. Because if he allies Austria or something else strong, I might just be a bit more cautious about it. Genoa, he could actually be quite strong to ally, since he's a merchant republic. He has a lot of money, can field quite a large army. Yet he will be attacked over here, and very likely by Ottoman. It's war. Don't want to get dragged in this early. Bohemia is quite strong. Brandenburg, weak in the beginning, but they will quickly become quite strong. Milan, that's actually okay. It's close. Florence, it's okay. See, Bosnia, yeah, of course I would ally them. Venice is actually a suitable thing to ally. I think I'll try to ally them. Hungary as well. Hungary might not be such a bad pick, actually. They're rival to Aragon. So unless the PU happens, I should actually be able to call them in against Aragon. And they could prove useful in the war against England. So yeah, I think I'll take that. I have 2 slots available. I will get 3 though. I will start to make claims. I will make more alliances, but I will just have to wait 1 day before I can do that. So I'll start to make claims on, build spy network to make claims on Aragon. You will need 20 in the beginning to fabricate a claim. This will go up by 5 every time you have a claim. So 20 for this, 25 for the other, and 30 for the third. So yeah. What am I forgetting? Yeah, advisors. Advisors provide monarch points, which is quite valuable, and they provide buffs, modifiers. Since I'm going to war, these 2 are actually quite decent. Manpower to field, to have more manpower to field my armies with regular troops for longer. I could of course also go with the Merc option, Merc up with infantry, which is not as beneficial next patch. I'll get into that when 123 comes. But for this patch, it's go nuts. It only costs I think it's 2.5 times more. But as it is, I I think, yeah, I do have national manpower modifier. So I'll go with the morale advisor. I usually, if I don't have the money in the early game, I will usually always go for a military advisor if I only can afford one. Then usually in the administration, when I get ahead of time in military technology, I will swap it with an administration advisor. I just need to check my income. It's 5. Since I use the estates to get me some advice, I do have some cheap ones. You can see this is the regular advisor. For a +2, he costs 4 ducats a month. This is one of the advisors from estates. He costs 50% less. So I'll pick this one. I don't really need the missionary strength right now. I just took him to get influence, which I'll have to manage in a while. France starts with Juvenil de Sins. Not sure that's pronounced correctly, but here we go. I do have the money to hire him. I will always untick this one. Don't do it unless you have learned how to handle forts, because if I don't remember to raise these 2 forts, they are easy pickings. They will be taken quite fast by the enemy. I quite like how the armies are put together in France, so I'll actually only go with hiring 1 cavalry. I like the 10-4 ratio, really. And we should probably think about starting then. I will put my maintenance down as well. I always put it down to roughly 10%. I don't need to right now. One of the reasons is their morale is not as low, but after war I will still recover my armies. That had not happened if I put it at 0. They would just stay put as at the current size, not recover any reinforce whatsoever. So I always put it here to save some money and still reinforce my armies. I could of course just not do it, but I'd like to keep a small war chest nonetheless. I will unpause just in a moment. Yeah. I should be getting my first alliance. Then I'll go for Venice as well. As France, I will actually dissolve this alliance with Provence. The Pope will likely excommunicate him anyway. I do risk him being attacked by Burgundy. I'll see if I can't do something about that anyway. Could try to improve the relations anyway. And see, that freed up 1 slot as well. Could go for Switzerland. Yeah, I could use Switzerland a little bit later though. And I forgot to I actually had the chance to become the papal controller. I just forgot to use my papal influence during the introduction. That's one of the reasons I always send emissary to Pope due to buy the estates, since I will get 10 papal influence, which gives me 1 click. Tough luck, it happens. Now, since I'm already preparing to and now Castile decided to rival me. Huh. Well, that leaves out that that alliance for sure. So what to do? I should be able to find another ally then. Canada, Teutonic Order, blah blah blah. Well, who the fuck needs rivals? Allies. The Papal State? Hey, I'm good with that. Papal State is always good to have as an ally, since his relations are one of the reasons, well, one of the sources of getting more papal influence. I will take the marriage. So yeah, I should start by building spy network in province as well. I want to prepare for the war. Currently I have a truce until 1450. It's 5 years. Should probably also try to make him more happy about me. But I will have to wait 1 month. Huh. Oh yeah, now I went over limit. It's I actually forgot that. I thought I had it. I did the counting right, but yeah, of course I have too many alliances. It doesn't matter. It's only -1, and it's diplomatic points, which isn't that much of a deal early on, and well, I'm doing quite okay with the score. It's average, really. 3 is the base. 3 monarch points of the diplomacy is average. So 6 is average. Now to raise relations. Not sure it will work since he hates me that much. But this means that I can actually be a bitch about Burgundy. If I want to. Aragon declared war on Navarra, and yeah. So this is one of the things I could hope for. Aragon going to war against Castile, and he doesn't have any allies. I'm trying to make claims on him anyway. So this just might be a time to strike him. I'll just arrange my generals. I think I'll put my siege general down here. And the other one up here, since England will likely try to cross here. So I would like to be able to hit him back as fast as possible. Not sure when the event will trigger, so I'll just put it up a little bit. Now a year have nearly passed, so I should be able to remove an estate from the Burgess without much incident. Yeah, they are disloyal, so I'll probably wait with that. It's not that big of a deal since it will tick up slowly. I can wait until the loyalty has gone up. At least just for a little while. Now they don't have an heir, which can become an issue. If they get an heir and they're quite young, they will get it into regency, which will mean they will be getting into the union. So yeah, this is the event for the surrender of Maine, the one I told you about. I forgot to build some ships. probably do that then. At least build one. And of course I'll do that. The forts, as you can see, these small icons are the zone of control. Don't think I can show how, where it blocks. But well, you can move into a fort, but you can't move past it, really. I'll see if I can show you a bit later. Yeah, I'll just start the war. Now all these should join the war. They're blue, and we should be able to see it here. Quite a lot on my side. England is quite alone there, which I'm totally fine with. I'll just siege down these. Be mindful about how many units you are having during a siege. Let's see. No, I'll just take that. Since you'll suffer attrition during siege. So the more you have, the more manpower you'll lose, and the less you can reinforce. It's that simple. You can mitigate that by nobility losing influence, which is good for my case right now, since then it's a little bit lower than it needed to be. Actually, I only need 6 right here, so I'll just remove some of the units. Then I actually forgot I needed to I actually want to have 7, since that's, how do you put it, since there's a die roll each well, 30 days as a base, and you can suffer some casualties, meaning you will prolong the siege by not having enough men sieging it down. So by letting it stay at 1 over your well, the size limit, which is 6 in this case, you will be able to siege down effectively. I will do the same over here. Now just press here to claim. It seems the war is pretty even-sided right now, which is good for me, because then Aragon is going to be hurting from the war. Nothing I'm having it too bad with. I'm not sure where the English army are right now. They're not here, and it doesn't seem they're moving over here. They must fear the French might. Now these walls are breach. You can see the change in symbol, meaning it will actually go a bit faster. It has a +1 modifier to siege down each row. And here it is it is 0. I could also move my navy out there. Right now it's a bit risky. I can see it here. They have 5 heavy ships. I have 2. They also have, I'm pretty sure they have a morale boost to navy. I can't see it there. Yeah, so I will likely lose that battle. Not something I'm willing to do. Stability or legitimacy? I'll just go with legitimacy. I favor the stability too much right now. Besides, my king is not that young. When he dies, his heir will take over, and that claim is strong anyway. So, why the fuck? We got our first siege. And we should be able to... I want to make claims and at least these 3 provinces. Hopefully also this one. The reason I'm going to do this against provinces, I'm hoping the Pope will excommunicate province, so I can get some cheap expansion. Since excommunication CB casus belli is a reduction in aggressive expansion, which means I can more easily expand without my neighbors starting to hate me. I should probably... I'll build one more heavy ship. Just for the heck of it. They take a very long time to build. You can, in the end, use the burghers. And that happened. Burgundy attacking province. Well, once I reach 100, I should be able to enforce peace, white peace, and I should be done with this war anyway at that point. But I'm still keeping a close eye on this war, since I don't want it to be going too well for either side. Let them weaken themselves, both of them. And then I can swoop in to take these 4 provinces. I can't make a claim on our Urgel, but well, I will still make the attempt. Brittany will very likely take this one. Well, be granted it. I'm not sure I like that, but I should be able to get subjugation CB on them later. So I don't want to ally them. I actually want them to hate me at some point. Let's see if we can't speed up this. Since I have a divine general for sieging. Let's stop them in Paris. I'll just move these 2 up there so I don't suffer as much attrition. And then he should aid the siege. Let's see if the modifier doesn't go up, simply because he got the siege pips. There we are. So now it should go quite fast. there's actually a chance that there's a quite good chance that Castile will win this war. I can use the ledger to see how they're doing. I also double click country so I have it alphabetically. Then I'll look at Castile. They're actually doing quite well. Aragon, they're also going strong, but their manpower is quite low. So they have lost some battles. Let's see, they have a personal union over Naples, which are likely not used anyway. Right now I'm suffering a little bit of negative income. That is okay. It's very small, and due to my war chest, shouldn't hurt me very much. See, they haven't gotten, yeah. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for them to not have an heir and the king to die, since they would then get a grown king. Or queen. If they get a queen, it's still bad, but not as bad. Recall a diplomat, so I can make peace. Now here's the thing. I still have a ticking war score. It will grow slowly once I hold the or have defended the war gold. In this case, I just need to defend my capital, Paris. Then it should start growing. It's already grown by 7.2, and it can grow quite a lot. So let's see if we can't take some of the stuff I really want. I do want these 3 in the beginning, which I actually can't. Could take Maine and start humiliating them. So yeah, what I will do is simply wait then. I can see the reasons they are not willing to do it. They are actually quite close. -15 is close. The current peace offer is 48 length of war, so it can go down by 30, so I can actually take more than this when the war has dragged on for too long. England holds London, 5. Well, they also hold naval superiority, nothing to do there. English military strength. Let's see if they don't try to cross into over the Dover, Straits of Dover. Oh, I should remember to put this one up as well. Now, since I've taken the forts, they will have to retake the forts every time they are sieging down a fort, like when I am as well. They will have to they will be the attacker, so I could potentially move in troops and suddenly become the defender, which in mountains can be quite beneficial. Let me just send an insult to Brittany. I don't want them to like me too much. So yeah, as we can see now, they suddenly want to peace out. I should perhaps be able to take all of this. But then again, I would suffer quite a lot of aggressive expansion by doing so. So I'll try to minimize it just a little bit. But I do want to have at least these two. As well as Maine, of course. Now all of a sudden they don't want to peace out. That's odd. Now I'm just waiting for this one to go up to 30. So in the meantime, I'll just start building a spy network in province Burgundy. Sorry about that. They will take Barreau, and if the Burgundian king will perish, and the Burgundian inheritance will trigger, they will. Barreau will be one of the provinces going to the Emperor. I don't want the Emperor to become any stronger. Also think I'll need to take Rethel. Pretty sure about that though. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. But yeah, it should probably be pieced out just in a moment. I will keep an eye out for the disaster as well. Decide for stability base tax. I don't need the stability, but having a higher base tax could be beneficial for me. They're still disloyal. Whenever I want to remove an estate, make sure they are above 40 loyalty. Unless you want to fight the rebels that will spawn. It doesn't matter if it goes under 40 when you remove it. Just make sure it's over 40 before you remove it. Now I think it will. This opening will be quite good, since I should be able to have 30 spy network to make the final claim on Girona when Spain will peace out. Then all these sieges will be lifted. Aragon will be left quite weak since their armies will have been destroyed a little bit, and then I can just move in to make some quick work of them. Probably try to have my best siege general ready for it. Since there's fort there, I can see where the forts are on the forts map mode. There's one in Perenno, which is not good. It's in mountains. I will want to siege it down again. If I'm sieging and they move in, I'll be the defender and the attacker, and it's a -2 die roll for me then, meaning they will have it much easier defending this fort, and I will lose quite a lot of men. I don't really want that. On the bright side, it seems I've been gaining quite a lot of manpower yet. Let's see if they are not willing to peace out and give me a little bit of money in the meantime. I can't wait though. I don't really have any rush. I'm not having that much war exhaustion, and I still need about 50 more spy network. That's 10 months more. So let the war score tick up a little bit. It would actually be even better if they started to attack me, if they started to move over the Straits of Dover, since I could then use the fort to destroy his army more easily, which in return would increase my war score. Not exactly a bad thing. My navy seems to have gotten a little bit bigger. I'm still waiting for the heavy in Narbonne. I will, however, move it over here instead. Hopefully they will not be attacked on the way. I think, well, are they actually trying to siege down Naples, since that would prolong the war a little bit? And that could be one of the reasons they didn't move over troops. They were simply too scared of my navy, which I totally don't understand, because they could defeat my navy with 6 heavies. France gets a casus belli on Nevers, or try to ease the tension. I don't really need the casus belli, so, and I picked it anyway. Well, who wants Savoy to like me anyway? See how the prosperity is going. It's going up there. In 2 years, the first institution will hit, or likely hit. It will start in Italy, always in Italy. Then it will spread out. I will try to prepare a little bit for it. I will try to be ahead of time before it hits, or at least as fast as possible, so I don't have to pay as much of the tech penalty for not having embraced the institution. There, peace was made. Province have 2 provinces left. They are not excommunicated, as far as I know at least. Nope. Then this would be red. Not sure anyone have been excommunicated actually. Why haven't he? It's odd. The Pope usually always starts to excommunicate someone, and by this time he would actually be having excommunicated the second one. But nevertheless, I will make a claim on Barreau, because why not? And boom, boom, boom. I'll make a claim on red when I'm ready. In 2 years, I should be ready to attack. In 1 year, actually, I should be ready to attack province. I'm just really wondering why the fuck they are not being excommunicated. They have been rivaled by the Pope, meaning they should be. We are very close at a somewhat loyal merchants. And now I can take up. Military tech is vastly important. Try not to attack when you are at Savoy. The fuck? Yeah, these are some of the things that could happen. I don't think I need to build a spy network anymore here. I could, however, see if I can't meddle into the war somehow. Well, I need 40 to meddle with him. don't actually know how I could do it. It will cost me a little bit of diplomatic point. Yeah, it's actually also the first time I've seen Savoy attack. Usually it's the Pope who attacks. But we can try to deal a small blow to them anyway. It will cost me diplomatic points. I just need to get the relations up. Since I do want those provinces for myself. Just one more month. This will also cost me a little bit of gold. Could of course also try to influence them. It's a great power. It will cost me roughly the same as handing a loan out. Now here's the deal. Let's get the diplomat back. And I should probably put up this as well. These two forts I put down. Yep. So now I will start making sure Savoy knows they should not attack those that I want to attack. In force peace, this will essentially drag me into the war. And they says no. If they say yes, it will be a white peace. So I'll just join the war then. And there we go. Probably check how the war score is going. Still something. Where the fuck are they going? Oh, up to Lorraine. So now the English troops decided to attack. That's something. Could of course just decide to peace out right now. But then again, where's the fun in that? Since I'll gain more war score from defeating them, and they will need to take that fort back anyway. Why not make it a little bit interesting? And it actually seems like the Pope is trying to think of something similar. Now consolidate shift as I call it. You will be able to leave out empty regiment instead of just making them into full. I like to do this quite a bit. Since of course, full regiments, and now I'm the papal controller, which is not a bad thing. it actually quite beneficial, since I'll get quite a lot of benefits. I think I'll try to see if I can get war reparation. I can. They are wealthy land, so war reparation is 10% of their income. It shouldn't be too bad. I'll just wait a little bit more to gain a little bit more money from them. And now the war is over down here. And of course they discovered my spy, so that's a bad thing. But yeah, I should just check the ledger. If you are newcomer to this game, I would not advise you to have this many wars going on. It wasn't meant for this to happen. This, well, maybe I should just piece them out. Just for the lulz. There we are. Actually, I could have waited a little bit since I don't have the administration score. Well, I only need to call main. It's okay then. So I could probably increase my army just a little bit now. And then attack. I will not wait for this will start to tick up again, but I would like to take on Aragon quite early. His king is quite old, and once the regency hits, unless 14 years have passed, and his heir is young enough, he will very likely get into a personal union. I have also made claims on the two most beneficial ones. I'll just pick my war goal, which is Roussillon. Let's just start to siege that one down. Aid with some navy. Hopefully they will not have that many ships due to the war with Spain. Savoy is moving up again. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to take this siege first and then move my army up. Now I'll just move this into support, since Aragon will very likely attack, so I need as many men as possible. Since I will be the defender, it's in hills. I'll get a slight disadvantage. I should be able to win regardless. And there it happened. Now this actually becomes quite more tricky because I will enforce the peace on Pope as well. Since he will then take this callback. And then I can take it afterwards. It's not as casual as I would have liked it to be, but hey, shit happens. I will start making some claims on Castile as well. I do want to attack them. England declared war on Desmond. I actually think I will take their supporting troops first. So if I start by taking Savoy, they should end the war quite fast. Now to excommunicate, I am the Papal Controller. Oh, that wasn't actually very smart. Damn. I should have waited until I had enforced peace. Because now Pope will take this land instead. Mistakes were made. I can't really do much about it now. They're moving in to attack me at some point. There we are. They're still suffering quite a lot. Moving back to not suffer attrition. May the Madonna forgive me. Slight mistake. I will need to attack Pope at some point to take all this glorious land. Come on. No lucky die roll. I could take on that depth. Oh, I can't even enforce peace on them. Ah, that's not good. Well, then it doesn't matter really, does it? See if he's moving back in. Let's call this, and hopefully I will get the sieges done just in a moment. Baroi, Rathel. Not sure what else to make a claim on. Well, I will have to make a war against the Pope at some point then. Oh, I can move on. I think I will try to bait Aragon into sieging down this fort. See if they don't take the bait. It's a little sad. I really wanted to have these two provinces, but I will have to make do right now. I will find some way to strike at the Pope. Doesn't really seem like he's going for it. Yeah, I need the influence to go down right now, even though it will cost me some loyalty. And this is fine, they're actually moving out. Savoy became much weaker. Yeah, just walk through. Let's try to annihilate the Aragon army. Oh, we can't. Then I'll just support the sieging army instead. Always have a sieging army, as support for the sieging army when you're close to hostile territory. My ports are blockaded. Let's see if you can't do something about that. The reason I want to do something about, usually I don't, but it does increase my war exhaustion from blockading my forts, so just do something about it. Could I make claims here? I will be able to take these provinces at some point. It will just be a little later than I wanted it to be. And of course I should increase. I'll just decide to increase with mercs. Now they are attacking my my transport ships. Didn't really think they had anything left. When this flag is gone, I can retreat. It will happen in 7 days. Hopefully I'll not lose any ships by then, and I didn't. So yeah, let's just build up my economy a little bit. I can use the macro builder to see which provinces are most beneficial for me. Of course, the more the better. I usually tend to go above 10, or 10 being the minimum at least. I do that when I have a load of money anyway. And I have quite this stash. So let's build in some provinces. I will still keep my war chest intact, because you never know what will happen. Yeah, I just lost a general. Luckily I have a crap general in spare. The truce with England should end in 10 years. It's okay. They will have allies this time though. But I should be able to do something about it anyway. See if we can't take the war against yeah. The Pope is taking my provinces. Not something I like, but again, as I said in the introduction video, which is on YouTube, shit will not always happen the same way. You can be unlucky or lucky. In this case, I wouldn't call it lucky, but it's not unlucky either. There are some upsides to this. But now I will have to fight the Pope, which means he will hate my guts. Oh, plutocratic coup. It seems they just got a little bit more powerful, but at least they're loyal now, so I will remove Well, contrary to the other estates, I would actually like the burghers, the merchants, to hold very high trade goods because they will boost the production. But I will not, or in the center of trade. They will remove production, autonomy reduction for local production and trade power, but they should also increase, I think. Well, they do at least increase the local trade power. Doesn't they? Nope. Not doing anything more, but well, they will benefit it anyway, in some way. So I'll remove them from... Yeah, from this they have grain. And now the disaster is averted. It's under 80. They are disloyal though, so I will suffer from trade efficiency development. So I'll wait a little bit with developing. Now, let's see how it's mountains. Well, I should be able to defeat them with 2 armies. Why the fuck can't I attack through there? There shouldn't be a fort. I should be able to move. Oh, it's because there's a fort there. I actually managed to capture a ship now. Now to move in for the stack wipe. I will just leave my crap general here. They have low morale, so they should be stacked since they will flee before they are able to retreat. Come on. Doesn't seem to be happening though. Nah, well it will happen now then. It's not? Nah, there we go. I can't move back since there's no fort here. Their return point has been moved down here now, so I'll just have to wait until this fort has been taken. Shouldn't be long anyway. They're having a war with Morocco. Portugal called them in, which isn't bad for me since I am preparing to attack them anyway. The question is, will I attack them head on and let Portugal join? It will be a bigger fight, or will I attack Navarra only to have Castile join? If I'm very lucky, they're actually struggling quite a bit down here, and I should be able to attack Navarra on its own first, which is why I'm building spy network there. Be done with it, please. Nope. I will just head over to blockade these. And I should of course also try to increase the size of my navy. Since I will be going up against England, I will need to win that war. Those naval battles. Let's see if I can't use the merchants for that. Nope, number of home ports more than 10. Perhaps I will be able to once I take these 4 provinces. Just seek this one down. Wrong one. There we are. Yep, it's possible. I can even take quite a lot of gold, and well, I can't humiliate them, which I really wanted to do, but I can weaken them quite a bit actually. Could I release? Nah, I'll just wait. Hopefully I can fight them again. To call and move these back. Now I do risk having rebels. Let's see those. I will have 12 provincial rebels and 24. Aragon is no longer a valid rival. That's fine by me. Let's go for... well, I could go for the Pope. Let's just wait with that. Let's go for Castile, since I'm planning on attacking them anyway. Let's see, Castile will join. What if I attack Castile? Yeah. This is actually not bad. I will just wait 2 months. So I can make 1 more claim. I could actually go for a little bit more, but yeah. Probably put this up then. Don't ever attack with low morale, but since I know they don't have any greater number of troops around, I'll do it anyway. See how many men I'm up against. They don't have that many, and I should be able to seize them down. Well, it's quite possible that they have more. No, they actually don't have more heavy ships than me, which is quite good, since I should be able to control the sea then. Actually forgot to make a claim here. I don't need to focus all my troops there. Now I do favor what old timers like me call carpet sieging. Now you can see the fort zone of control. It will revert control back if I'm not sieging down the fort. And I can't go over here because it's blocked by a fort. Or these two forts to be exact. Now the good thing attacking Castile while Portugal will not be able to join the war since they are being exhausted right now. The alliance have actually been broken. Meaning it will be a little bit easier. But to return to the carpet sieging, it's an old term back when the fort system wasn't in effect like it is now. I have to prepare for this number of ships to go in. But the thing is, the more provinces you siege down, the less provinces they can use to recruit units, and the less income they have. And I really want to hurt their income. I'm looking at these numbers for my own ship, and of course the morale, because that will force my ships to retreat. But if these gets too low, I will retreat. They're very costly to have, so I would not appreciate them being destroyed. I'll need them for, well, in around 9 years when I will attack England again. But it should be, since every time they lose a ship, their morale should go down. I'll probably have to flee this one. Let's see, they're still doing good. Yeah, now I will flee. They have done their job. Destroyed 6 ships actually. I think we'll destroy the alliance with the Papal State. I am over my relations limit anyway. But yeah, the carpet siege, it will reduce their income. It will ensure that they can't recover. Once I destroy the army, they can't recruit men as much, and it will of course always add to the war score. So why the fuck not? I will just, well, hopefully I can have a war against Aragon quite soon as well. And Naples has become quite the liberty desires above 50, which means we can actually be able to support their independence if we like. We could improve the relations just a little bit. There we are. Now they will actually try to become independent from Castile, which I would like. It will make Naples a little bit more well, weak, since they don't have the Aragon to protect them. But in return, it would also ensure that Spain will not get that union should the union actually happen. So to ensure that they will, I can't support them since I have a truce. Damn. Well, hopefully someone else will support it then. Hungary is a likely target. Venice is a likely target. Could you please just... yeah, Hungary is trying to improve relations. As is Castile, actually. No, it's actually Naples who are trying to improve them. So there's a decent chance that someone will start to let Naples join. If you gain their independence, it's called. Please use the correct terms. Now I will hit A to make all the ships repaired, needed for repairs, stay in port. Then I'll just move these one. You don't need to blockade 100%. Oh, I do. Then they fixed that. It used to be that you could actually get the phase not being blockaded modified to go just by moving a single ship out. But now it seems you do. I could do that by moving trade ships down there. They're still at war with Morocco, meaning that they will likely be trying to fight down here. And it seems not very successful. Now it's 100% and it has been removed. Now, I have two goals with the Castilian War. I want, of course, to take a few provinces. I'm still a bit mad that I forgot to make a claim. I was in a bit of a rush. But, well, I was excited that Portugal wouldn't join. But I think I will manage. I will find something to do instead. I could probably just let a few kingdoms go out from Castile instead. Let's check the war exhaustion. It's 2, it's not too bad. I do have rebels coming on, and I actually don't have a fort up there. There are two ways to deal with rebel. Well, there are multiple ways to deal with them. Defeat them, use harsh treatment. You can't boost ability, it's not very effective though. I could also raise autonomy. I could. It will increase the unrest by Burgundy declaring war on England. Interesting. England must be weak then. But raising autonomy will also have the other negative impact of not getting as much from that province. Yeah, you'll get the access. I think I should be able to handle a little bit of rebels anyway. Rebels are not that hard unless they are, I think it's pretender rebels only, because they have they are a little buffed morale bias and they won't go away once you defeated them once. Let's see if we can't make a little peace at some point. I could be a prick about it, but I would gain quite a lot of aggressive expansion with this, and a coalition might trigger. So I think I will be graceful. I could release Catalonia. I think I'll do that. It doesn't cost me very much. Could try to make him my... I could actually do that, yeah. Could use the vassal feed option. But yeah. The vassal feed option is taking a province that you know is a releasable nation, and then you can retake it for very little aggressive expansion. I'm fine with this. Let's try to become Pope again. I will go for this province as well, as Vizcaya. Yeah, once I'm actually done with the sieging, that is. Just waiting for the sieges to go away. And of course this siege went over first. Removing the light ships since they are not able to fight as good anyway. Simca still is... Well, all his troops is likely over here, so he won't be able to do much about it. Now I have new troops due to taking up military units. I will wait for to upgrade them, because they will deplete most of their morale once I do. But well, the war is over anyway, just in a moment. And the troops over here. So I will peace out Navarra first, since if I peace out the war leader, the entire war will go. And I want to take as much money from him as well. He's not a co-belligerent, so I will get a little bit more aggressive expansion, not too much though. This is actually quite high already. I can show you the map just in a minute. Well, in a second. Let me just peace out. So I will release a few nations here, I guess. Leon. Nah, it's too much. I want to humiliate, since it's one of the objectives for the Age of Discovery, meaning I get Splendor faster, so I can unlock more of these modifiers. There's a bug, however. The Discover America is already ticked, which it shouldn't be. I haven't discovered America. I don't even have exploration. I see Iceland. I see a little bit. Yeah, I see a little bit of this, but not America. I haven't discovered shit. But well, bugs happens sometimes. But yeah, peace out. Let's see. I also want some cash from you. Some wall reparation. Can we release something? I can release Catalonia. I should probably do that. It'll cost me stuff anyway. I actually think I'll give it to Aragon, since I will be going to war with Aragon soon enough. Well, unless they get PU'd. %90 of the modifiers are shitty as fuck. Yeah, you're talking about the modifiers here. I agree, they are. And either you get next to none of them, or you get all of them in a few years. But still, it's better to have some modifiers than having none. Let me just peace out. I'm actually not a big fan of well, I do like to go at 100, but if I don't have to, I just take cash and wall reparation and humiliation, of course, and just leave it at that, since the truce will be a little bit shorter. Since I already have a lot of aggressive expansion, I will not take too much. Could of course just be a bitch about it and remove claims in Granada, just to prevent him from getting that. There we are. And making the final well, course. Should probably hurry up here, because these rebels will rise up just in a moment. And here we are. You also have the Catalonian, so I will have to move another one over here. Now here's the thing, they will always rise up in the best dev province. So in the case of the Catalonian, they will rise up in Barcelona. And why not use the fact that these troops are exiled, so I can move around? Instead, well, instead of moving around the mountains here. So here we are, and I will have to take a break for now. I will return this campaign later. I'm not sure it will be later this evening or later tomorrow, but we will see. 1st of January pass and save. I will hopefully see a few of you. Until later, goodbye.